What's up? Hope everyone's doing alright. And I hope the YouTube doesn't kick me off like it usually does. But I really want to get this channel going. I mean, the sky's the limit. If I can just make it past this one kink, I got the drive to get there. Yeah, today is the 17th of March. Hump day. Yeah. I'd like to welcome y'all to Tennessee Tarot. My name is Levi Craig, aka Leave a Light Lay Low. And I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, but live in Smith County, which is about an hour up the road. And I love it too. It's the most peaceful place on the face of this earth. I ain't even exaggerating. Y'all come up here, visit, y'all ain't gonna want to leave. I put that on everything. Because once you get this peace of mind, you're gonna want to stay. Overall energy, Two of Pentacles, upright. That's juggling. You know, it's crossroads decisions. And this is where you're putting your money. He's so focused on, juggling this, throwing things off balance. You can see the ships on the horizon, they're just riding the waves, and he's just focused on them pentacles. But it's the start of an investment, all right? It's two things that you need to gain balance with. It's a crossroads decisions. Each one of them, one outweighs the other, and you could be juggling ideas because he's known for having all kind of tricks in his hat. This could be different ways to make money, but the thing is, before you can build something a lot more sturdy, you got to be balanced financially. Because it's juggling, you could be juggling too many things at once. And not just that, it being consistent. It's constant juggling. It's time to think more the long terms and get out of them choppy seas. Obstacle. Six of Wands in reverse. That's ego. Upright that'd be victory. But, with all that juggling, it could lead to, a bunch of chaos due to your ego. It can be exhausting. Your job could even look at you like, your paycheck, where's it going? Because the 6 lays between the 5 and the 7. All right, and 7's about mastery, and 5's about, having faith and change. All right, and this is like, your ego will not allow you to change. Hence the juggling, which winds up taking away from your home, Earth. Recent past, and Page of Swords. And that's what I'm saying, they could be keeping dibs on you. But the Page of Swords is starting a new chapter in communication. It's a youthful type of energy. He ain't quite a king. The wind's blowing at him and he's going against the grain too. But it's starting a new beginning in communication. You done made it through the 10 steps, the Ace of Swords through the 10 of Swords. Now you're starting to become into the court cards. You got the Page. And it's a youthful. He's not quite a king, but yet, there's still some lessons that have to be learned. Like how to control your ego. Start finding more balance in life. And I mean, your body, mind, and spirit. It's an all-around balance. Near future, we got the Hangman upright. When nothing is happening, everything is happening. This is where you go to gain enlightenment. That's the card of Pisces. And I've been out of YouTube for a while. I tried to start. For some reason, maybe it was divine timing on why my camera wouldn't let me do it. But that's the 12th card. And it breaks down to a 3. Alright, you got to get right with yourself before, you take that onto, a job, relationship. That's what, it's not always a bad thing for nothing to be going your way. That is when you start seeing your flaws on things you can work at. The ego, with the obstacle being a 6 of Wands in reverse, your ego. And that's where you'll gain stability. Because when he comes out of this and everything starts going again, his legs are crossed. He got all the enlightenment he needs to get going. It's a 12th card. The 12th card, and 1 plus 2 is 3. And 3 is about unity. It's about communication. And he's also linked to the Empress, which is, like I said, it's matters of the heart. It's emotions, too. You got to get right with yourself. You got to get balanced. Ooh, foundation. El Diablo. And whenever you start juggling too many things, things can become obsessive. They can become toxic. And these are things that you can break away from. And like I said, it's your ego driving this to you, because it's the 15th card of the Major Arcana. That's the 15th card of the Major Arcana. Then we got a 6 right here, 6 of Wands in reverse. Anything toxic in your life is a choice. Toxic is not what you do. It is what you think. It's the mindset that it puts you into. That's why a lot of times it's important to, take advantage of them down days. It's for growth. It's to learn. But, try your hardest to break loose of them chains. Because, there's been a bunch going on. Halo. 7 of Cups in reverse. 7s are about spiritual growth. It's the cups. It could be overindulgence and substance abuse. It's something that's going to have to go, because it clouds your judgment. A bunch of them cups are filled with toxicity. And, it keeps you in a paused state of mind. It keeps you stuck. Near future, it keeps you stuck. Attitude, the Lovers in reverse, the Choice. And not just that, we got it going right there next to the Devil. That's the 6th card. That's balance. You got to work on yourself. You got to find how to break them chains in order to start over. Because the Lovers is, you don't want to be with someone toxic like you. And it could be someone coming back around, that's codependent. This could be based on codependency as well. Someone could be coming around, just to use you. Like I said, that's where the obsession, it could be drinking, it could be, drugs, it can be money, just anything. The devil is a mindset, and you can't know the devil unless you actually lived and been through everything that you've gone through. Like I said, it's a choice. And the Lovers in reverse usually represents a sex-only card, too. Home environment, Ace of Pentacles upright. That's a long-term commitment. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. We got the Devil here. But like I said, the Ace of Pentacles is long-term commitment. a goal. My definition of a goal is a dream with a deadline. But in order to get there, in order to achieve that goal, you got to cut away anything holding you back, any of them obsessions, because the devil's right here. And money and everything, you got to get right with family. You got to get right, with God, you got to get right with yourself. Financially, mentally, physically, you just got to be balanced. You got to let your ego down. You got to let it go. I mean, you don't want to take, whenever you come across some money or a commitment, a long-term commitment, you don't want to bring nothing toxic into it, because if you get two toxic people, all it's going to do is be doomed from the get. You got to get right with yourself, and this is codependency as well. Stay focused on you. This is your self-worth. Know your worth. Hopes and fears, the Two of Cups in reverse. So we got both the soulmate cards right here in reverse. You cannot, if you're juggling two people, if you're juggling addiction, you're not going to have a soulmate. It's going to be toxic. It is going to be toxic. It's going to take a lot of willpower to get you to where you need to be. It's going to take a commitment. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's the Hangman. He's in serenity. When nothing is happening, everything is happening. It's time to reflect. Because some of them cups got to go. Outcome, Four of Pentacles, upright. That's holding on to your finances. Like I said, you got to know your own worth. You got to know your own worth. And you got to rise above all of it too. He's still holding on. And the thing I like about the Four of Pentacles, I call him the rock star of the deck, because he's got his crown, got a town behind him, and he's covered in money from head to toes. He is a rock star. But don't do it the wrong way. Even though you're a smart person, very smart, you gotta let some of them poisons go. You gotta let some of them obsessions go. And choose your cups wisely. There could be people liking you, but yet, someone could love you, but you gotta love yourself more. You gotta work on your own stability. You gotta find your own worth. I know who I am. I know what I love doing in life. I know I'm not perfect. And I've got, I got some chains to break free of. But the main thing is, I know who I am. I know where I'm from. I know I got support to help me get there. And yes, my name's Garrett Lee Craig, and I'm an addict. I have been. Addiction's a pain in the ass. It killed my cousin. And it is a choice. It's a choice. It's one of them that's deep down. And, even though it's fun at first, I know it's a, like I said, toxic eating. It isn't what you do, it's the mindset you put yourself in whenever you do it. It's conscious decisions. But, just stay focused on you, stay focused on your family. And, if you saying you can't recover, take a good look in the mirror. Remember who you're really doing it for. Whoever you're making these decisions for. Because that lollygagging could wind up leaving the rough seas for everyone else. Stay focused on who you are. Don't let your ego get in the way. Alright, here I'll go ahead and draw Doreen Virtue. And thank y'all for being with me. This is an overall reading. It ain't for no one specific. I cut the deck in half, spiritual growth. We're all in this world together. Y'all are my neighbors. Y'all are my friends. Y'all are my family. In order to fulfill your dream, you gotta work as a team. There is no I in team. I drew two of them. Balance and self-acceptance. Accept who you are. You gotta find your balance. Don't overindulge. I'm gonna read that self-acceptance. You are a perfect child of God, and every part of you is wonderful. Your angels guide you to let go of negative self-judgments and to enjoy being you. You are much too hard on yourself. Your angels say to you through this card. Although you enjoy having high standards, it's important to view yourself through loving eyes, but rating yourself only makes your spirit sink. Self-improvement comes from a positive mindset. See yourself through your angel's eyes, and you will see someone who is a perfect and holy child of God. Although you have made mistakes in the past, there is nothing that you could have ever said, thought, or done that would change God's love for you. The angels see past your surface mistakes. They see the beating heart of God's love within you. They love you unconditionally, and they ask you to love yourself in the same way. I'm covering that devil up. He ain't in my life. I just gotta find balance. Gotta stay focused on me. I'm living. That's the only thing I can ask for, to be above ground in order to learn, to find my own balance. But, and it does, addiction, it takes away everything in your life. Anything good. It puts people, like the Two of Pentacles came up perfectly when he's just sitting there juggling, and there are people in these ships, and the sea's just rough, and he's just lollygagging. You gotta find stability. You gotta find stability. Overall outcome. And if you know anyone going through an addiction or anything, see how you can help. Because I've lost a cousin. She was 25 years old. She overdosed from heroin. Then about a month later, her boyfriend passed away, and from the same exact thing. My cousin left a daughter behind, and it was my aunt's only child. So, just look around you and see the decisions you're making and the effect they have on everyone else. If it ain't a positive effect, you know, it's time to reassess what you're doing and how you can actually, you know, grow from it. All right, but I love y'all, and like I said, I call them like I see them. I ain't trying to preach to anyone, but I'm just, you know, from life experience, just do what you gotta do to be a stronger, better you. You know, let go of what isn't serving you. All right, I love y'all, and this is one of my favorite cards in the deck, and I don't know why. I was honestly thinking about getting it tattooed right there on the side of my neck. The Four of Pentacles. I want to read that Four of Pentacles. I hope y'all don't mind, because I do absolutely love that card. The Four of Pentacles, element Earth, Astrological Association, Sun and Capricorn. Sun and Capricorn. No, that ain't the sun, that's the devil, but that's Capricorn. That is the sun in Capricorn. Key meaning: security, self-improvement, and holding on to money. The male figure we see on the Four of Pentacles has set himself up as a king, complete with a simple crown and stone throne set just a little above the town behind him. His purpose is to elevate himself socially and financially and create a stable base for his future. The red colors of his gown show he has focused his energy in practical ways to create a firm foundation for himself. And now that he has achieved this, he wears a black cloak of protection to safeguard his assets. He needs to keep this money for himself. The components of the card are almost symmetrical, expressing his number 4 for the concept of balance. However, what is notable is how connected this man is to his money. He has a foot on 2 coins, one attached to his crown